Hi, this is Jim Cramer, co-founder of TheStreet.com, with our newest columnist, Cliff Mason, who's going to be writing a heretical column about people who are in their 20s and what they should be doing. The web has changed things. People who are in their 20s, I know this from my college tour of CNBC, are acutely aware of the need to learn about money. Notice I didn't say to save, but to learn about money. And we need people now, the world has changed, who are in their 20s to be able to talk about money. It is no longer good enough for a 52-year-old to tell the 20s people what to do. We've forgotten more about what that period is, and we are not as smart as the new generation. Cliff, I'm going to turn the microphone over to you. I want you to express why you're doing this column and what we're going to see in the future and the frequency of it. What are some of the topics you're looking at? And finally, how does this dovetail with you being the co-author with me for Mad Money, Get Rich, Watch TV?
All right. To begin with, I'm writing this column because I feel like there's really a dearth of advice that's good and also targeted for people in their 20s, for young people. People who write about finance, they write one size fits all. They write money for, the right thing to do when you're 50 is pretty much the right thing to do when you're 20. And maybe there's a little adjusting as you get older, but it's all the same. And I don't think that's true. I've watched my friends lose money and make it back and get their lives together and then have their lives fall apart because they don't have money. I've helped them with this. I've gone through this myself. That's the heart of this. That's where the thought comes from. In the future, I want to write about, two directions. First, there's the conventional wisdom that I feel needs to be upended wherever we encounter it. And that means that, what's the best way to get rich quick? It's to marry rich. Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice, that's the best, financial advice ever written.
You're not supposed to say that.
You're not supposed to say that. That doesn't come up, but the fact is,
why aren't you embarrassed to say it?
I'm not, I don't know, my generation is shameless. I think we have no shame, and also it's true.
How many people who are watching this video right now just said that Cramer's a clown to bring this guy on?
I don't necessarily think, just academically speaking, Percentage speaking, it's easier, faster, to marry rich than it is to work hard.
Then why doesn't anyone ever say it? Because why is it? Is it sexist? Is it stupid?
Well, it's sexist. I mean, now if you're male, the time is better than ever before to marry rich. Women making more money. It goes both ways.
There is no book
because we believe in hard work. We believe in hard work, and that's it. And we believe in self-denial, and that's it. And if you don't work hard and you don't deny yourself, then you don't deserve money.
And you're saying that whole masochistic view is not in sync with what's really going on.
And it never really was. And that's why you weren't saving money 30 years ago.
No, I sure wasn't. Well, I had some money that I put away just because
that's why I was
so destitute. I felt like I had to make something of myself. But maybe...
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. You probably would have been happier if you just gone out and got some Chinese food with that money.
I lived a very Spartan life and was not a happy person. So, I mean, I don't know whether money is necessarily the root of some of happiness, but...
Too long to go into here.
All right. Now, one last question. I'm speaking to Cliff Mason, who's writing a very heretical column, and is going to be saying things that I think are on people's minds, but people are either too straitjacketed or maybe too steeped in the notion that you can't say certain things in a pre-Google world that in a post-Google world are said all the time. What is it about this medium, video? I'm not talking about the web. What is it about this medium, video on the web, YouTube, that makes it so that the authentic trumps the produced?
Well, when you deal with two people like us, we don't edit these. It just comes out. I think there's spontaneity with video that doesn't exist in writing, that doesn't exist on most TV, because it's edited, because it's produced, because it's not just things popping out. I probably shouldn't have said the best way to get rich is to marry rich.
But what's the consequence?
You know what? Hey,
what's the consequence?
What the heck? The consequence is maybe somebody sends me some mean emails. I get some mean emails. I get some
or maybe it's people say, I can't listen to that guy. He doesn't have any rigor.
That may be true, but it's a rigorous statement. I mean, if people are going to say that, then they're not going to learn anything.
All right, we're going to learn a lot from Cliff Mason, not about making friends, about spending money. Is it primarily for people, youthful demographic? Absolutely. Can you learn about what your kids are thinking? If you're my demographic, I think so. Can you learn from smashing the icons? In 1991, I smashed the icons, and then I became an icon. Maybe I should be smashed too. Cliff Mason, Jim Cramer.